It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. This week, Doug learns about activities available through the MAPS Community Enrichment Program. Snowshoeing is a great way to enjoy our great outdoors in the snow, and we hear about that. And the Lake Superior Youth Theater is here with a preview of the Little Mermaid Junior.
Hey, that's us!
Stick around. The Doug Garrison Show starts now.
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound PFL. Roll tape on masters to all the places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG, standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, I was the only one clapping. Hey, welcome to the Doug Garrison Show. Thanks for joining us at home on Charter Channel 12 and on Fox UP. Well, we're in the second week of January, what I like to call the dog days of winter. You know, we've got through the holidays. What's next? We got the Super Bowl, we've got Valentine's Day, some interesting local events like the Nokamanon and the UP 200. But other than that, maybe you're turning into a couch potato. Maybe you don't get outside so much. Well, starting tonight, we're going to have some ideas that might get you out of the house into the great outdoors or even into some venues around town with some activities that you may have never tried before. So we're going to start that tonight. So stick around. We'll be right back with some new things for you to try this winter. Don't go away.
We need to clear out our new 2012 vehicles.
It's Chrysler's Big Finish event with Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles at dealer invoice, and Jeep Liberty and Jeep Compass with an additional $300 Fox discount.
Take deep discounts on this 2012 Jeep Liberty Sport 4-wheel drive. Fox price $24,135.
A 2012 Ram Bighorn Quad Cab only $28,668.
Get the year's best deals at the Big Finish event at Fox Nagani. Marquette County's hometown dealer, only the best.
A special day made unforgettable by a beautiful bride. Dan's Bridal and Tuxedo's reputation for fashion and excellence is enhanced with each bride that we serve. We've been voted Marquette County's top bridal salon for 4 straight years, and now we are the exclusive authorized dealer for bridal designs by Maggie Sotero. Elegant gowns, impeccable service, beautiful brides. We're Dan's Bridal and Tuxedo, North 3rd Street, Marquette.
Okay, well, I mentioned that we're going to have some things, some ideas for you, rather than sitting on the couch the next few winter months. If you want to explore some new things, challenge yourselves. So we have with us Monica Nordine from the MAPS Community Enrichment Program. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having
MAPS
me.
being Marquette Area Public Schools,
Yep.
in case people don't know. Now, you've been on the show before, but you were here with more for your theatrical exploits. You had your one-woman show, Behind the Dandelions. Yeah, you're multi-talented.
Yep, so this is another one of the roles that I play.
Yeah, how about that? How'd that go, by the way?
It went really well.
Yeah.
Went really well.
Now,
yeah.
that was Carrie Biolo did the percussion
Yep.
accompaniment with it.
Yep,
Yeah,
she
good.
wrote the accompaniment for it. She composed it, so it was really a great experience.
Yeah, good. But now you're into this, and this is you're the director of the Community Enrichment Program, and this is part of MAPS, kind of, I'd call it an outreach program to the community. So what MAPS is doing, not just teaching our kindergartners through 12th graders, offering programs to the community at large.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, it's adult and community education, continuing learning for people in our community, and we offer a whole wide range of classes outside of just the regular K through 12 curriculum.
Yeah, and now these are things that anybody can participate in, right?
Correct.
And we've got a list of some of the things, and if you want to find out more about it, go to the MAPS website, which is mapsnet.org, and find out more about this. But some of the things being offered include flower arranging. I know a lot of people are into that kind of thing, and it sounds like a good thing to do during the winter if you're plugged into the house.
Right, brighten up your space a little bit. And those are offered through a couple of businesses in town.
A couple of different floral shops doing that. That's great.
Garden Bouquet and Forsberg Flowers offer those classes
Great to
through
get them
Community
involved in
Enrichment.
this too. Some others here listed, dental assisting. You said that's popular.
That's a pretty popular class, and a lot of people go on from that class to get jobs. So it's really helpful, really a useful skill that people learn.
Well, I would think that you wouldn't just take the dental assisting one for fun.
Just for fun,
You think
right.
this is maybe something I'm going to exploit a little bit.
Exactly.
Fly tying with Mike Stefanik. I think he's a retired teacher. He used to teach this when he taught it at the middle school level. I know my daughter and son both participated in his fly tying classes. He's still doing that.
Yep, he's still doing that, and there's a lot of interest in that class as well.
Yeah.
It gets kind of a different, reaches out to kind of a different group of people, and it's great to have them be a part of our program.
Sure. Yoga, always popular. I'd like to try yoga some. I'm not very flexible. That might help a little bit, huh? And now, is yoga? Do you know much about yoga yourself? Do you know?
I am not really an expert on yoga.
Isn't there a lot of kind of mental, kind of meditative type things?
I think
with
so,
yoga?
and a lot of stretching and balancing.
But it's not just physical, though. There's some kind of, I don't want to use the wrong word here, but I will, ethereal or something like that. You know.
There's some holding different poses, I know, and I think it's really kind of getting yourself balanced physically and mentally.
There you go. Okay. Was I wrong on that word there, too, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. Glad to know I'm wrong. Self-discovery. This one kind of just is a chance to look at yourself and see where you fit into things.
And think about your future and maybe where you want to be headed. So that's really a good New Year's resolution class, maybe, to think about where you are going to go and what do you want to accomplish this year.
Well, we're already into the second week of January, though, so resolutions are all shot pretty much by now.
Well, they may be shot, but you can still go after them.
Okay, you can still start something. Okay, because they say resolutions are over. After the first week, you're done. Organizing your environment. This is kind of cool. Just another thing that may be kind of a self-actualization thing where you figure out how to organize your life. And
yeah, in a space, if you've got a room in your house or something like that that you want to get better organized, or your office space.
I would think a lot of people could use that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of taking that one myself.
Okay. Computer classes, that's kind of a typical thing. Photo editing, Facebooking. You know, Facebook is becoming so big now. I mean, I'm on it quite a bit myself, but there are a lot of people who aren't just because they might be intimidated by getting started.
Exactly. A lot of people who don't have accounts, they would like to be in touch with family members and old friends, but they don't really know where to get started. Yeah. This is a good class for them to take.
I could maybe learn something there because I alienated one of my Facebook friends the other night inadvertently, so maybe I could use it a little. I made a friend, then lost a friend, and I still don't even know the guy. So, digital lifestyle, we have so many things that are digital in our lives today, so there's a class that teaches you how to organize and manipulate all those things. eBay.
Yep, you can learn how to get started buying and selling things on eBay, setting up an account there so that you could be a seller.
Yeah, very good. Copy and paste. Just, I'm sure just some techniques on how to create some.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of people that don't know some of those basic skills. Some of these classes are more basic, and then some of them get more advanced, like into things like photo editing and stuff like that. But it kind of goes from real beginner type classes to much more advanced classes.
One you mentioned is very popular. The Marquette Food Co-op hosts a cooking class.
Yep, they have several different cooking classes, some on pasta making, some on different ethnic foods. And
cooking is that's always popular.
Yep.
And if it teaches you how to use some of their products, it works for them too. You mentioned there's some fitness classes, a CrossFit class, an aerial silk class. I didn't know if you just said aerial silk, what is aerial silk?
Aerial silks are silk fabrics that are hung, we use the gym engraverette for the class, so they're hung from the ceiling in the gym engraverette, and people learn how to climb on them and do things like you might see on Cirque du Soleil. So there's a beginning class for people who are just starting out, and if somebody has already been through that beginning class, there's also an intermediate class offered.
Well, that's interesting. I'm definitely not going to try that. What about costs for these programs?
The classes, some of the classes go from about $20. Some of them go up to about $90. It depends on the class itself and on the length of the class.
So their classes are all different lengths. I think one you said was a one-day session. Others go for a period of time.
A lot of the computer classes are just one session, one evening. And then many of the exercise classes, like for example the yoga class, that goes for several weeks. Yep.
Okay. So if someone wants to participate, go to the mapsnet.org website, kind of find what you're interested in, and you can follow up that way.
Mapsnet.org. On the left-hand side, there's quick links, and there's an adult and community education quick link. And if you click on that, that'll bring you to the page where you can sign up for classes, look at our brochure. You could take a survey to tell us what you're interested in taking. If there's something that we're offering now that you love, tell us that. We'll offer more of it. If there's something that you'd like to take, but it's not offered right now, we'd love to hear that also.
Awesome. So a lot of flexibility there. Also looking for instructors and all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
And these things take place at different places throughout the community. So you are really reaching out. Well, great. Well, I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to show it to my family, see if we want to get involved in anything.
I hope you do.
Well, you know, you're never too old to learn something new, right?
That's right.
All right. All right. Monica Nordine, thanks for joining us. Again, if you want to do something different this winter, check out the Community Enrichment Program offered by MAPS. All right. Thank you very much, Monica. Stick around. We'll be right back. Talk about something new, snowshoeing. All right. Don't go away.
A typical week of training for me is about 120 miles a week. In 2010, I had a meniscus tear after the Twin Cities Marathon. And so when I had my injury, I didn't have a second thought of where to go. I knew Advanced Center for Orthopedics, the doctors there, a lot of them are affiliated with sports. I knew that I was in the right hands. Advanced Center for Orthopedics got me back to my passion, and I recommend them highly.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. All right, I said we had some ideas for some things you could do as opposed to just sitting on the couch during these winter months. With me is Andrew Grosvenor from the Superior Snowshoe Series. Yeah. Now this is a new thing. You just started it this last early winter here?
Yeah, some friends and I wanted to get some more outdoor events going. A bunch of us were into snowshoeing, already snowshoe racing, just like snowshoeing in general. And so we decided to throw together an event, a series of events actually. So this is a group of people that, well, explain it to me. You're talking about it's a series of events, and so how do people get involved in that thing? Correct. It was kind of a branch off the Marquette Trail Running Series that we do events.
Yeah, are you affiliated with the Nokamanon Trail Network?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, I'm a board member on the Nokamanon Trail Network, and so we kind of, there's lots of skiers in the area, and we're, just promoting a different branch of outdoor activity in the winter, and wanted to get out on the trails and stomp down some snow. So it's a series of events, a series of races? Correct. Yeah, we're doing some that are club-style races. And so we keep track of times and things like that, but it's not super serious. But some of them are also family fun nights. Our previous one, we did a family fun night and had a potluck afterwards. Headed out towards Hogsback and had a really great time with it. And we also support the local events that are already organized. The Arctic Blast Color Dash was last weekend. Right. The Nokamanon Ski Marathon also includes snowshoe races, which is coming up. Okay. And then there's also the Teaching Family Homes Jackrabbit Challenge, which has been going on for quite a few years. So we're supporting those as part of the series as well. Wonderful. Where do these races take place? Most of them we're doing at the Nokamanon Trail Network Trailhead out in Forestville. And it's a beautiful building. They've done a lot of upgrades to the building. There's restrooms there now and a nice fire always going. So we kind of station most of them from there unless they're one of the other organized races. Do you do anything to encourage people just to go out and snowshoe recreationally, or is this your series kind of a way of introducing people to the sport? It's all different levels actually. We have little ones out there that are 4, 5, 6 years old, stomping around with us. My son comes out, he's 2 years old, I carry him on my back. So sometimes we're running, sometimes people are just out for a hike. So it's whatever people want to do, just have fun. I think unlike skiing downhill or maybe cross country, it doesn't require a skill level like that. I mean, you strap them on and you go, right? I mean, yeah, right. I mean, even I've done it, so I know it can be done. Exactly, yeah. you know, the learning curve is pretty easy. You know, it's pretty much walking, but you know, you can also get into some more extreme stuff. You start climbing Sugarloaf and Hogsback and sliding down some big hills and traversing those hills. You need a little bit of skill to do that, but overall, it's pretty accessible to pretty much everybody.
Well, and also, if you have just a open field somewhere with snow, you can snowshoe there.
Exactly, yeah. We don't need certain trail conditions. You pretty much need snow, but you know, I have friends that, you know, train on the beach in the summer, you know, go out and strap them on and go. So, and you know, and it doesn't have to be a certain type of snow or whatever. You just
snow.
Just go.
Let's take a look. You brought some samples of snowshoes in. Just quickly, let's take a look at them. We've got one of the first one over here is, I call that old school because it's from Iverson Snowshoe. I actually have snowshoes that look like that, but mine, I don't even have that. Is that neoprene, the lacing in there? Or?
Yeah, this is a newer version of the modified bear paw from Iverson.
Yep.
So it's neoprene. One nice thing about these, and I still love using these, is that they let the snow fall through them, and they're still fairly light. So if there's a lot of powder, you can get out there, and they're really quiet too.
Yeah.
When you start moving into some of these other ones, you know, they're really great for climbing. They have a metal crampon on the bottom. And
a little shorter, more for speed, more for flexibility, climbing, like you say.
Yep, exactly. So you can climb up some steep hills, right up, you know, the steep rocks with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And go lots of different places where it's a little more tricky with the traditional style. And the newer styles stay on your feet a lot better too. With those bindings, they really stay snug on there.
Where do you get these things?
You know, there's places in town here that Sports Rack carries snowshoes, and so does Downwind Sports. And like to patronize those folks.
Sure. What about rentals? If someone didn't want to buy right away, are there rentals available?
Yeah, absolutely. The Nokemnon Trail Network Trailhead has snowshoes to rent by the day. We have some of the Dion Racing snowshoes that were actually donated to us by Dion Snowshoes. So we have 10 pairs of those racing snowshoes. Kind of designed, they're smaller, designed more for running, but you can walk in the woods with them too.
Nice.
They don't float quite as well.
Sure.
But yeah, so there are rentals available, and I believe the university rents snowshoes as well.
Now, if someone wants to participate in this, how do they get involved?
The easiest way to find out information is to go to our Facebook site, Superior Snowshoe Series. You don't have to actually log in to it. You can just go there, and it'll have information on the site. And some of the local sporting goods shops will have our series information as well. Any
cost involved to participate?
Our fee is really nominal. For the races, it's $5. For the family fun nights, it's free. If it's at the trailhead, we ask for a donation for the trails to help keep up the trails.
Sure. Well, and you know, if nothing else, the thing that impressed me about snowshoeing was it's a way to get out in these beautiful woods in the wintertime and see some things that you're not going to see from your driver's seat in your car.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One of the nice things for snowshoeing is you can go all those places you can't necessarily in the summer.
Anywhere you want.
Through the swamps, along creeks, and you know, and you can get all over the place with snowshoes.
One last thing, Andrew. This is apparently a snowshoe here too. Whose is this?
This is my daughter, Eleanor's snowshoe. They call them monster paws. And it kind of looks like a big footprint, so she really loves stomping around and making it looks like there's a monster walking around.
You know, what a way to get a young kid started. They got to strap that on and think this is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, great. Listen, good luck with this. I think it's a great way to spend some good winter time here in the UP. We've got snow. Let's use it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Andrew Grosvenor from the Superior Snowshoe Series. Check out their Facebook page, find out their schedule, and get involved. All right. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Stick around. Right back. We'll be coming back with the Little Mermaid, so don't go away.
At Bell, we understand how important your family's health is. After all, we have families too. We know that sometimes it takes more than a kiss from Mom or her chicken soup to make you all better. Bell Medical's family physicians treat you as if you were part of our family. Our families treating your family. Family practice.
There are no linen tablecloths, no fine china, and no extensive wine list. Yes, we do have great food. Yes, our hearty buffets are loaded with choices. And yes, our desserts are made fresh. Oh, and one other thing, When the bill arrives,
Yes.
It's about healthier communities.
It's about going to greater lengths.
It's about building stronger communities.
It's about being there when it counts.
At Range Bank, it's all about people. People making a difference in our community. People dedicated to the families and businesses that call our area home.
It's about you.
Ready to make your move? Range Bank has the right mortgage and makes decisions right here. Range Bank, where the UP banks.
Okay, I've been talking about outdoor recreation. We've got something coming up that you can watch indoors. It's a production of The Little Mermaid Jr. from the Lake Superior Youth Theater with director Nikki Nason. This sounds like an exciting production coming up.
It is. It's very exciting but very difficult to put under the sea on stage. But we have amazing youth ages preschool through 12th grade who are performing. Many of them are seasoned actors, dancers, acrobats, singers. It's sure to be a treat. It's a little bit shorter than the Broadway production, but it's based on the film of The Little Mermaid by Disney. Features all of the favorite songs with a little bit of a couple of twists from the original movie, so it's sure to be a pleasure for people to see.
Sure. Well, stage productions are always a little bit different than the movie. Information and ticket information is available on your new website. What's that?
lsyt.org, where you can also find featured bios of our cast and crew and artistic staff. And you can get tickets online at nmu.edu/tickets by calling 906-227-1032 or at all NMU Easy Ticket outlets at the Superior Dome, Forrest Roberts Theater, or the NMU Bookstore.
Great. Now, we're going to see some samples of some of the numbers tonight. Who do we have with us tonight?
Tonight we have Jill Vermeulen, who's playing Ariel, Maitri White, who's playing Ursula, 4 of our 6 eels, who are Grace Feliz, Hattie Ketzenberger, Kalia Puskala, and Megan Ludwig.
Well, let's you and I exit stage right for The Little Mermaid Jr.
Thanks.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways, repented, seen the light, and made a switch. True? Yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And here lately, please don't laugh, I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed, pathetic, poor, unfortunate souls in pain, in need.
This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl.
And do I help them?
Yes, indeed.
Those poor, unfortunate souls.
So sad, so true.
They come flocking to my cauldron crying, "Spells, Ursula, please!" And I help them. Yes, I do. Now it's happened once or twice. Someone couldn't pay the price, and I'm afraid I had to rake 'em across the coals. Yes, I've had the odd complaint, but on the whole I've been a saint to those poor, unfortunate souls. I have a spell that will turn you into a human for 3 days. Before the sun sets on the 3rd day, you've got to get dear old Princey to kiss you. If you do, you'll stay human forever.
And if I don't?
You will turn back into a mermaid and your soul will be mine forever. Life's full of tough choices, isn't it? Of course, there is one more thing. My fee.
But I don't have any.
Oh, I'm not asking for much, only your voice.
But if I give away my voice?
You'll have your looks, your pretty face. And don't underestimate the importance of body language. Come on, you poor, unfortunate soul. Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much, just your voice. You poor, unfortunate soul.
It's sad, but true.
If you want to cross a bridge, my sweet, you've got to pay the toll. Take a gulp and take a breath and go ahead, achieve your goal. Flotsam, jetsam, now I've got her, girls. The boss is on a roll. You poor, unfortunate soul.
What happened to small business in this country? Corporate America came along and brainwashed us into thinking big business was best. Their greed put a lot of small artisans out of work, and along the way, personal service was trampled on. Attention to detail, customer satisfaction, gone. It's not too late for a consumer to expect more. Small businesses that feel like you do are just around the corner. Do you want a kitchen out of a box? Or a kitchen that was designed by neighbors that craft their reputation, one kitchen, one cabinet at a time? Craftsmen who still do it the American way, who take pride in a job well done. Schwalbach Kitchens has been installing American-made cabinets into homes since 1978. Kitchens with a hard-working American personality. We have the know-how to take your vision from paper and turn it into a beautiful living space. Reinvigorate your expectations with a visit to the Schwalbach showroom on North 3rd Street, Marquette.
Saints Auto Sales, you'll always save at Saints.
Cousin Paul here, you can trust us. Come in for a visit or check us out at saintsauto.com.
Saints Auto Sales.
And now here's the Little Mermaid herself, very talented Jill Vermeulen. What is she singing here?
She is singing the classic song that everyone knows, Part of Your World.
Understand. I just don't see how a world that could make such wonderful things could be so bad. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on land they'd understand. I bet they don't. Reprimand their daughters, bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand. Questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore above? Out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that world.
Man, we have some talented young people in this area, many of them in the cast of The Little Mermaid Junior. Check that out. Also some talented musicians in the area. Check out Marquette Music Scene on Facebook and you'll find a schedule of where you can find your favorite musicians playing around the Marquette area. That's put up there by Cindy Engel and it's a great resource for finding good music in local venues. Hey, join us here again next week on The Doug Garrison Show.